okay, going back to Joe McCarthy's question, right? So he says, I feel like something, is holding me back, he's not able to pull the trigger. So yeah, so that's the thing. So I don't know how long you've been training, but I used to be the same way. And for me, the issue was, well, what happens if it fails? What happens if I do this and I get smashed afterwards? So what you've got to do is you've got to completely obliterate that idea out of your mind. You can't think about the what ifs. It's like this is true about anything. If we go into a situation, especially like jiu-jitsu, where we've got to be able to think on our feet or think on our toes, whatever you want to say. We have to be very quick with our thoughts and our movements. We have to be able to react and make things happen. You can't be thinking about, well, what if? You just can't do it because it gets in your way. Because then, like you said, you'll see the submission, you'll see the opportunity, and it'll pass by you because you're thinking, well, what if this happens? Oh, it's too late. And so what I did when I was younger, when I struggled with this, is I kind of just, there's an idea in my head where, like, if you know that you have a struggle with a particular thought process, then mentally you have to put up like sort of almost like mental guards up in your brain. And then as soon as a particular thought tries to invade, they push back. And so if you know that you do this thing where you what if about and you second guess pulling the trigger on the submission, then what you've got to do is you've got to be ready for that. And as soon as you feel that feeling, you have to, like, the mental reaction has to be like, screw it, I'm just going to do it anyway. And what you'll find is a lot of times you'll end up going for the submission, going for the movement. You'll fail a lot. We all do, right? But what ends up happening is you become desensitized to that worry or that what-ifing feeling. Now, the beautiful part about that is as your skill gets better, well, then you're able to pull the trigger and you'll have more success later on. But what I would say in the meantime is when you go to the gym, start off by picking a submission that you want to go for. Arm bars, triangles, chokes, whatever it might be. Just pick one or two. Pick a small, make the menu very small of submissions that you're going to go for. Because this way you're not chasing everything. You've got a very limited scope and you can be laser focused on those submissions. And then every time an opportunity presents itself to make one of those submissions happen, like one of the 2 or 3 that you pick, dive on it. And then just let whatever happens, happens. So I think that you could be, I think it's probably one of those things. You're probably either dealing with an issue where you're what-ifing, or you're dealing with a situation where you're overwhelmed by opportunities. And that can be a real thing too. And you can fix both of those by making your menu of submissions smaller and attacks that you want to go for smaller, and then diving on them because those are the only ones you're going to go after anyway as soon as the opportunities show themselves.